I got the chance to talk to a young girl from New Orleans who's getting international attention. Her name is Naomi DeBerry. She's one of Time Magazine's Girls of the Year. She's being honored for writing a book about her family's journey through the organ donation process. Take a look. I'm joined now by Naomi DeBerry. She's a young author and an organ donation activist from New Orleans. She was named one of Time Magazine's Girls of the Year for 2025. Hey, Naomi.
Hi.
So you wrote a book, and this book is pretty amazing that you wrote it when you were just 7 or 8 years old. How did it come about?
It came about how I wanted other children not to necessarily feel the same way I did when my dad was going through his kidney transplant process, because I didn't really have a support system, and I also didn't have any resources or representation that was available for me.
Gosh, did you understand what was going on with your dad?
Not quite. I noticed something was kind of off because I knew he was sick, but I didn't know it was to the extent of having kidney disease.
Yeah. So writing this book kind of helped you cope with it and deal with it. What did people say when you started writing this?
I remember after the book came out, people were open to a new perspective. I wasn't quite sure people would take me as seriously, partly because I'm a kid. And I remember thinking to myself, all the books that I've written have been by adults. And so I didn't know that people really listen and value my book.
When you wrote this book, you think about other kids who might be going through the same thing and they've got no one to turn to. They're not sure what's happening. So they could read this book and it would really help them.
That's my goal.
Oh, that's really great. As far as organ donations goes, that's a pretty big deal. And you've been an advocate for organ donations. How do you do that?
I do that by encouraging people to sign up to be tested. Again, I know some people are not necessarily comfortable with the fact of organ donation because some might be religious views, other people might be really scared, but this is my story and my perspective. But I think if we can get more people informed, not necessarily signing up to be tested, but the more people we can get informed, the better.
And so is there a way that someone can test themselves and just kind of see?
Well, you can go to hospitals, you can sign up to be a match, and if you are, they'll test you with all these different things to see how compatible you are. And if everything lines up perfectly, you can be an organ donor and really save someone's life.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty amazing that Time Magazine found out about your book and contacted you. And what did you think when they said they wanted to make you a Girl of the Year?
I was really shocked, honestly, because we don't know how they found me. We didn't really have any backstory. I remember me and my mom, we were packing for me to go to a medical program at UC Berkeley, and my mom gets an email from Time Magazine. And at first she thinks it's spam, which, kind of makes sense because why would Time be contacting us? But we realized that they really wanted to do this, and I think it's great. I think it's great to see not only organ awareness being represented for the United States, but also seeing all the incredible things that the other girls are doing.
Wow. So your dad had the organ transplant, and how did it turn out?
It turned out good. He will be 6 years in February.
Wow. So he's had his organ transplant. That's really great news. Now, I heard that you're considering a career in organ transplants and a medical career. Are you serious about that?
I am. My goal is to be a transplant surgeon one day because I want to help other people the way that my dad was not only helped by the doctors, but also how the doctors helped all of our family. So when you're regifting the gift of life by doing a transplant, it's not only impacting that person that's receiving it, but it impacts their family as well. And so that's what I want to do.
Yeah. And they've said that in your life right now, you've got a lot of things going on. You're not just going to school every day. You're also selling your book and going and talk to people and meeting doctors and things like that. How does that work?
School is pretty important, so try to get all that done and homework and stuff out the way. But generally around breaks or the weekends and things like that, we try to go out and talk to people and just spread the word.
Oh, that's great. Well, I want to thank you for being here and giving us all this information and giving Louisiana all this information. My guest is Naomi DeBerry, and her book is called My Daddy Needs a Gift. And thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right.
Johnny, that was such a great story. Naomi is such an inspiration.
I was very impressed. The girl's only 13 years old. She's written a book, Time Magazine's Girl of the Year. Pretty amazing.
Incredible.
And you can get a copy of that book at naomicreatesjoy.com.